Hey all you algebra people. So this week we are going to focus on actually one primary skill, and that skill is completing the square. Today the first day's sets of notes is going to go through the technique of completing the square, and then the second days of notes is going to do an application of completing the square that's going to be useful in Algebra 2 and any math class above that. So I want you to have seen it. And that's the reason I'm just going to choose this whole week to just focus on completing the square. That wasn't my original plan, but shelter in place has changed some things around. So this video is going to take us through the warm-up. So the warm-up is asking you to factor the expressions, look for the special patterns. So hopefully you can pause the video and complete each of these. Okay, so hopefully you paused and you did them all and you remember the special pattern. So all three of these are a special pattern called perfect square trinomials. And that was this pattern of a plus b quantity squared. When you multiply it out is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So if you remember that pattern from multiplying polynomials a bit back. So then now if I take a look at the first one, I see that the first term is a square. I see that the the last term is a square. Now the middle term is 2 times x times 3, 6x. So this just factors as x plus 3 quantity squared. Now if you didn't pick that up, you may have done the factor diamond, 9 on top, 6 on the bottom. You want two numbers that multiply together and give you 9, but add together and give you 6. And you would have a positive 3 and a positive 3. And then if you want, you can put the whole over 1. But since a in this case is 1, we just have x plus 3 and x plus 3. So you could have also written it this way. Writing it this way with the square is going to be important, the idea of a perfect square trinomial. So the second term. Now I've already ruined the fun that they're perfect square trinomials, but you may have done your diamond. Positive 16 on the top, negative 8 on the bottom, a negative 4 and a negative 4. Now here, I see that my first term is a perfect square. My last term is a perfect square. And now my middle term is 2 times 4, 8 times x, 8x. This factors as x minus 4 quantity squared. And through this way you may have gotten x minus 4 times x minus 4. This way is going to become more important for us today, but this is also a way you could have factored. Now the last one's a little tougher. If you did your diamond, don't forget that on top is 25 times 4, or 100. On the bottom is negative 20. So you needed two factors of 100 that added to negative 20. Negative 10, negative 10. Notice in all of these cases that's the same. But now you have to do the 4 piece, reduce each of them, and you will get 2 over negative 5. You will get 2x minus 5. This reduces the same way, it's the same fraction. 2x minus 5. How I may have seen it with this pattern is my first term is 2x quantity squared. My last term is 5 squared. My middle term is 2 times 5, 10, times 2x, 20x. So 2x minus 5 quantity squared. So notice the 2x here, the 5 here, the minus from there. Okay, this is the perfect square trinomial pattern. and we will be making use of that.